Leave, but please, you have to understand that we have to get the money that we want. But the discussion couldn't have been you are going to stay, how we can do it for you to stay. It's impossible to resolve that problem.
Levi Colwill, Craig, just something we wanted to come to you with. Obviously, he's got that injury. It's going to be a big blow for Chelsea. How big a blow for Chelsea and Enzo Maresca tearing his ACL and having to undergo surgery?
Yeah, another huge blow, because he was starting to show the consistency that we all know that he's got. Obviously spent a period out on loan at Brighton. That was quite some time ago. Has come back in, has impressed, and is a surefire starter. So it is a blow. And as a centre half, Frank, you know, are they going to be in a good enough position to do without him and continue this kind of wave of excitement that seems to be around Chelsea at the moment? I mean, I'm not quite sure they're going to have the consistency to stay with Liverpool and Arsenal, or even the quality for that matter. But have they got enough in reserve to be able to cover for the likes of Levi Colwill?
You not replace somebody like Colwill simply and easily, and they're going to struggle a little bit. But I want to believe that Tosin and Chalobah can do the job. Chalobah came back from a loan in Crystal Palace and has been very, very good since he came back and grew up a lot, I would say. So we have to trust the two players. They don't have any other choices. I mean, the others are there.
Desai come back from loan spell as well.
Yeah, but
it's clear that he doesn't fancy.
No, he doesn't fancy. And Badiashile is a talented player, and you have some others, but they're not at the level, of course, of Chalobah, Tosin, and of course Colwill. So they're going to struggle. They have to find also, or they have to have a decision for the goalkeeper, whether it's going to be Jorgensen or another one. But they have to make sure those three players are solid: the goalkeeper and the two centre backs. And of course, not having Colwill is kind of a blow.
I think, Kay, there is actually an extra pressure on Chelsea now with that performance at the Club World Cup. Whether we think the Club World Cup was great or not, I think there is an extra pressure on Maresca because they surprise people and perform so well that if they drop below that at the start of the Premier League season and they sort of huff and puff a little bit, I think the fans will say, well, what's happening? We should be, you know, in the summer we won 2 trophies last year. You know, there's so much hope around what this team was going to do. And so from that point of view, that win against PSG, I think, is certainly amongst Chelsea fans, has raised the expectations, and I think that is going to put a little bit more pressure on them at the start of the season.
I just want to say one thing, you know, having watched them yesterday against Bayern Leverkusen, I think that offensively there is no doubt that they're gonna do the job, and they're gonna be fast, and it's gonna be a threat to all defenses in the middle of the park. I'm very happy to what I see, even with Enzo Fernández being injured. It's only the question mark of the centre-backs. But you have Reece James, who can play also in the middle of the park, can play centre-backs. So there are solutions. It's up to Enzo Maresca to decide well who's going to play or not. But I'm confident.
Do you know that noise you get when your AirPods just sort of drop out? I think I just got that. So if we throw back to the studio and the question comes back and I ignore it, I can't hear you. So it was.
What is your prediction?
5% battery. This show can't go on too long.
The Levi Colwill situation. Are you going into the ranks, or are you looking to get a replacement? There are differing reports out there.
Listen, I think they need to go and sign a bona fide centre back. You know, before the season's, or before the injury, it was Levi Colwill and who? That's where it was. Now there's no Levi Colwill, and you're looking at what they have. It's going to be good enough against what, 70% of the Premier League. The problem is when you come up against the best, that partnership, whatever it is, because there isn't a great one. Looking down what they have, there isn't a great partnership. But whatever it is, isn't going to be good enough against the best players, and that's what's going to hold them back.